All right, so what happens when the person you call for help ends up needing help of their own? Two workers with Utah's Department of Corrections actually know that answer.
Yeah, not only did they help a woman who had slid off the road, but they also helped one of the EMTs who had a medical emergency while responding. They spoke exclusively with our Alex Cabrero about the moment when they knew something had to be done.
Highway 28 between Gunnison and Nephi is a road Mike Jennings knows well.
It's a long, straight stretch of roads.
He lives in Juab County, but works at the Utah State Prison in Gunnison, so he knows when there's something different during his commute.
I knew that their headlights shouldn't be out in that field, so I just stopped to see what was going on.
This is what Jennings saw. Almost right away, one of his colleagues at the prison also pulled up, having seen the same thing. They both went to the car and found an elderly woman inside who had slid off the road in the snowy weather.
I asked her how she was feeling. She immediately was just saying that her neck and her back were hurting.
So they called 911, and when the Juab County ambulance arrived with two EMTs, they all helped get the woman inside, when all of a sudden...
One of the EMTs had a medical emergency and collapsed right in the middle of the highway.
It startled me. I looked over at him, and he was already laid out in the road.
Even though Jennings and Lieutenant John Martinez both have first aid training from the prison, this was different. They put the EMT into the ambulance next to the woman, but since policy is to have an EMT in the back with a patient, it meant someone else had to drive. Jennings volunteered.
I've driven lots of cars. I mean, it's just put it in drive and push the gas and put your seatbelt on, lights and sirens are going, and people had to get out of my way.
Martinez followed them. At one point, Jennings had to slow down. He didn't realize how bumpy it could get in the back, but they both did what was needed to get them to the hospital.
We're glad that we were in the right place so we were able to help.
It's just what you do, right? It's what you're supposed to do. If somebody needs help, you stop and help them.
Now, as for that woman they originally stopped to help, she was doing better when they put her into the ambulance. And as for the EMT worker with the medical condition, he still has some recovering to do, but ultimately he should be okay. Everyone is saying it's thanks to these two workers. They say they didn't do anything that was a big deal, but everyone else is saying they certainly went above and beyond. In Gunnison, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News.